never streamed on YouTube, so this is new entirely. But, no, it's going to be fun, I think. I'm actually trying to see if I can find it on my phone. I kind of keep an eye on the chat because I have no clue if the chat will show up on here. But main goal today is I'm playing Satisfactory. That's something I've never made a video on yet. And also I'm kinda trying to build a railroad. I've been attempting to go out and figure out a line essentially from way over here with my major factory in the little islands here. I'm trying to get oil all the way over here to this new kind of aluminum factory base that I'm now starting. It's so far been going well. That's also where I'm putting a warehouse. But, oh, there we are. I've got the chat up now. Wow. Let me mute my phone. How do I do that? Ah, there we are. So, there is a rail line along that way. I have a shuttle railroad that I use to kind of get over there easily. It goes from this little red dot here, up and over, around through there, here, and then across the desert into the station. I'm planning to use that line for half of this, but the issue is I got to get my train from here over to there. At the moment, there kind of isn't an easy way to do that. I really don't like merging rail lines. It looks a little weird at the moment. I'm going to probably end up doing it in the long run, but I just, you know, it's one of those things where the model doesn't look that great yet. They haven't really figured out how to do lines like that, so yeah. The other train for this line is like right behind it. It's right back there somewhere. And I don't want them following each other anymore, so which one are you? That's car. I hope that worked. Earlier I realized one of the trains was off autopilot. I'm gonna jump on board. I just have the weirdest feeling it's not gonna stop. Yep. Oh god. That was a... Well, that would... Interestingly. There we are. Just gonna pull you back far enough. When the other train gets to the other stations, we'll do it. So with the latest experimental update that they've done to Satisfactory, it's kind of... it's added pipes, so the pipe people finally won. I wasn't really part of that movement. I don't know, pipes are okay, but they're not really, you know... It wasn't something where I needed it to be the... everything. What I do like is that they've added in this new awesome shop. Originally people thought it was going to be microtransactions, but of course, no it's not. It's better. It's got a little scrapper unit, and if you have excess, you can essentially send to the scrapper unit, have it destroyed, and then come back. And you can essentially kind of get these neat little like new foundations and glass walls and stuff. 1, 2, 3. All right. The main train station is 4 wide, and then the rest are 3 wide. Also, they leave really cool shadows. And also, you can see them a lot farther than I expected. Let's see, how's that other train doing? It's pulling up to the other station, so I'm going to go ahead and activate this one again. Yeah, this jetpack was expensive to get. I don't know how expensive it is now because the game has changed. It's the one downside of playing early access titles is that if anything changes, it changes. And it does mess everything up. Bright side is they definitely made it so this can transfer over old save worlds. You just have to redo everything after the last update. This experimental update is, if you have not played it yet, if you're in update 3, be ready. It's gonna ruin everything. All your power is going to be gone right off the bat. Some of it will continue the power stuff for a little bit. They will use up whatever's resources in them as it was before the update, but as soon as those resources are gone, you're going to be out of power until you refactor your factories. Oop! Lagged. I have noticed that a bit more, is that the game will sometimes lag really bad, but it's not as bad. Oh, I don't have any heavy modular frames. That would definitely help if I wanted to do this. I don't know if I want it on this side, though. I won't lie, I'm kind of thinking of putting the station on the other end and having the train run around and have it go out into the wilderness that way. Just different ideas. I really kind of enjoy seeing my trains go around, so it does make it kind of fun to have like big buildings like that with glass windows in them. Another of the new additions that I really like. Like, come on. Coffee stain, you know what I want. Oh, there we are, there's our ride. Now we're just going to catch a lift back to the main base, and from there we're going to try and find some heavy modular frames, because without those I can't do anything right now. I need them for a large update to allow me to get nuclear power, and B, to allow me to build train stations. Whoop. There are some still... what is... Oh, I think that's some limestone. I destroyed a rock there a while back. I should probably go back and get that next time. Alright. This is going to take a few because it is a bit of a train ride back to where my hub is. I started out this in the... I think it's called the Forest Valley. I'm not sure. I've built my way over here. Originally it was a truck route. Then when I got trains, I added trains in. And, you know, you just kind of keep upgrading your infrastructure until you get to the point where you don't have to worry with that. The respawning rate is actually something that's been recently brought back for this most recent version of Satisfactory. So the monsters respawn! Yay! It's not too bad. It is kind of nice when you're out in the wilderness to have them respawn, but at the same time it's kind of frustrating when you're like not wanting them. Like right here I have some monsters that keep, some people call them gargoyles. They're like, they spit like acid and junk, back there, you know, it's kind of nice. It's not bad, but you know. They are kind of frustrating when you're trying to work. Is this where I need it off? No, I think all my heavy modular frames right now are over here. So that's my base back there. That's the hub. But this is the true hub. This is the, well, that's a space elevator that I can't look up at because the train tracks are in the way. I just redid that entire entry and exit point. It used to be a lot smoother, but it didn't look as great. Alright, here we are. Oh, that's a future project right there. I'm adding essentially 2 new rail lines to my entire factory. Where is it? So this is the one that takes those. That makes those smooths. And then that makes the rotors. Oh, I remember what it was for. It was for the space elevator. Lag. So there should just be a one of these. I don't even know what that was for. I do know what that's for now. Logistics, conveyor belt 4, connect. Connect. Exactly what I came looking for. I actually need 200 for the project and then 100 for me. Darn it. Okay, so we're gonna go deal with the project first because it's just right over here. Zip packs are really nice. I actually think I have everything here for this. I think. Might not. I do. Alright, nuclear power. And then I come out and you get to watch. Yes. That's awesome. Oh, they added the entire... Okay. Yeah, there was an update to the hub that it didn't end up rendering correctly. It'll be back in a bit. There's a whole bunch of new stuff. Or is there? Oh, I have a nuclear power plant now. Yay? Question mark? I need to get a suit for dealing with radiation, a hazmat suit, but that's not cheap, so I really don't want to work with nuclear yet. I will say nuclear will luckily solve a lot of my issues with power, especially as I'm about to expand this factory entirely beyond what I had originally built it for. But you can only do so much, you know? You can only do so much. So this is actually my first stream slash video for, oh boy, probably in about 2 years. Now it's not to say I haven't tried to recreate new videos for this channel. I've actually had Oh boy, I made probably 5 or 6 different videos for this channel, but with how my life was going and how things had kind of went, I wasn't really able to delve into and kind of deal with making videos. I wanted to. I've tried multiple times to make reviews and kind of have fun making videos again, but it's just things have been really, really frustratingly at times bad. Moving to Seattle, of course, went entirely bad. If you had been on my channel back then, you've probably seen the video where I pretty much had to beg for help because I ended up homeless out there. I actually ended up living out of a car. I've actually had some Twitch streams about this. I've also been kind of constantly moving around the country as life keeps handing me smacks in the face. I'm actually right now in a place where I'm very happy. Looks like I can go through there. I am I went from a bad situation into a much better situation, that's for sure. And this much better situation has kind of helped allow me to kind of get back into streaming and kind of letting me get back into some stuff. But at the same time, it does mean I am now without work. So that means I'm kind of doing this to kind of have something to do. I don't know if I'll do much more streaming. Streaming on YouTube is an entirely new beast to me. I've never done that before. But my fingers are crossed. Huh. I don't remember what I needed this for. Because I have 2 projects going on at the same time. I have the rail project that's going on there at the beach, and then I have the rail project that's in the desert. That's what the one above me here is. This is for the rail project in the desert. At the end of both projects, they both end up in the desert, but still. Neither train will be back soon, so let's go to the desert. I'll see if I can deal with that, and then we'll come back to the station at the beach. I'll try and take the shuttle back. That won't work, I just realized. It'd be easier to get on with the beach and get the beach over to the new switch. I want to pull this back into the station. The other train won't be here for a few. There we go. Alright, and now that that's back, we're going to jump over here. Get the train back to the beach. Oh, my goodness. It's been crazy. I moved back to the wonderful Sunshine State, Florida, back in the beginning of February is when I arrived. And I haven't lived here since I believe I left at the beginning of June in 2017. See, the 2017 or 2018. I can't remember. I know it was 2 years ago, but I can't remember if that was 2 years ago. 2018. It should be 2018. Anyway. It's been a crazy 2 years. Now, one of the things I really hope for is I really hope in the next few updates that they're able to add signals. Even if it's in, like, passing, I really want them to add, like, signals and give trains a better ability to be controlled. I really, really want to have more than 2 trains on this line, but the issue is it's kind of hard without signals because they'll just start facing through each other and it just looks weird. So I know I can have it, but it just doesn't work that well. It's kind of like the idea of I can have 3 or so trains on like the other lines that have like multiple stations, but the issue is it becomes a lot of which ones are going to load more, which ones are going to be full already, which ones are going to like take the longest. If you have multiple trains running, will each of them be able to stop for the same amount of time? It's a lot of variables. This line I pretty much knew for sure I could, and then the game updated and it became rather impossible. Right now, neither train is picking up anything, so they're constantly running in an equal circle. It's only whenever I save and load into the game that it ever changes, but you know, the wave of the future. Also, right now there's like a rubber entrance over there. I don't think rubber will be going through that way anymore. I don't know what I needed it for back at the home base, but I'm pretty sure I can just now deliver it directly with this line. I still can't decide. Because the main thing I'm trying to figure out right now with this is how I want the tracks to go. Right now I know that no matter what, there's a track going through this forest over here. I'm going to have to like cut down a tree or two to get that, but we're going to go straight through that forest. And I figure the other one, I could probably use that little footstool over there and have it be part of a bridge. I'll see. I'm not sure. I think that could work. The big issue is oh goodness, quite sorry with that. I'm just going to do it the other way. Actually, I might need that. How big are the other stations? Not walls, stations. Because I need to know how large freight platforms are. I barely have any. So they're about 3 wide. That's not too bad. I think you need an extra little bit for the end on it, so maybe 4, but we'll build it 4 wide, just in case. It's not going to be the end of the world if I leave 4 wide here. So this is now the end of the train. Okay. I know. This needs another platform. So let's go ahead and build this way down here. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ah! No! Seriously? I ran out of freaking concrete? Seriously. Sadly, none of these are my, none of these trains here making the loops are my construction trains. I actively have trains filled with construction material to kind of help out. There it is. You know what? There's never anything in these cars anymore, so we'll just go ahead and write in here. It's a bit more exciting to write on the outside anyway. There we are. Just gonna sit back and let the train do all the work. It's a very long journey, though, I will say. All because I forgot concrete. Technically, those all look like metal, and all these look like metal, but concrete, it's kind of like the resource that we know, so I don't want them to change it. Better the demon that you know than the demon you don't. Well, they might change it someday, who knows. Oh, fire. Truly, it's like a snake at times, and it seems like a really whiplashy snake at times. I don't like snakes, but I understand that it's a reference that everyone gets. I just have a phobia of them. It's not that I don't like them, it's just they literally make me... I get to a level of fear with them that is beyond conscious thought and recognition, which is why it's called a phobia, because it's something you can't really control and it's kind of beyond your abilities. Yeah. I'm just going to use the train speed to fly across here. That hurt. Oh well. Now, if I'm fast, I might, keywords might, be able to catch that train on the returning trip. Hey, I did it. Makes it easy to kind of jump between the two different trains. That's a much longer freight train that is actually down in a canyon right now because, well, to get to the Desert Valley, it's been a very interesting, rough trip. It's only recently that the rail line directly there opened up, so I technically have yet to bring the train back around to the main valley, because that was my only way to get there. I am going to be kind of missing my shuttle line, because my shuttle line's been kind of really useful, but I understand that's not going to be a thing anymore. I really wish signals were in. So what I could do is I could have my shuttle line be a side branch and have it so that the main train can always go past it if there's a train in the station. You know, how some railroads used to do it with their rail lines. You know, have the station off to the side. Sadly, American Amtrak doesn't do that. They're built right on the main line because building a separate line is more expensive. I hate modern day railroads. We have all this talk of building new high-speed lines and everything, and I'm just going, we have the perfect companies to do it. They just don't want to do it. Like, Union Pacific and CSX both had passenger rail services back in the day. Like, those are both railroads that are from essentially the beginning of freaking America. Especially CSX. CSX is built up from the Baltimore and Ohio Railroad. That's a thing you read about in history books. It's not that it ever went away. It just got absorbed into what became the Chessie Seaboard System, CSX. And then you have the Union Pacific, which is also frustrating because they're doing these large, amazing projects with their steam locomotives these days. They have an amazing steam program, but I think that if Union Pacific were to jump into the passenger race these days, they not only would be able to excel at it, they would probably be able to compete better with airlines than they ever could have back in the 50s. I think the Union Pacific is better suited these days to set up a high-speed rail line across the United States than any private investor ever could. And that's saying something because a lot of these private investor rail lines are actually pretty freaking phenomenal. Like, Brightline so far seems to be really impressive. But, you know, I don't know. I wish I could talk to the heads at CSX or I'm not gonna lie. CSX probably wouldn't do it. CSX has their head so stuck in the sand, they probably would never do it. Union Pacific, on the other hand, I could actively see being able to talk their CEO into potentially doing it. It's a risky venture, but it is definitely something that would be well worth the time and the money if done right. And with Union Pacific's kind of their standard for doing things, for doing it right, that really makes me kind of just go, you guys could do this. Do it well and be a leader of this industry. You could beat the government's own passenger system. Which, I don't know if that's really a competition at this point. Like, beating... Amtrak has been a very lovely kind of mediary point that received gifts from all the major passenger lines when it went under. Yeah, when the major railroads stopped using their passenger lines, they donated passenger cars to Amtrak. Oh, wow. I used all of it. I need to at least get the top done. I need to get the top done. And now the finishing touch. I'm going to try deleting these and see if that helps. I need 2 more. I just have very strong opinions when it comes to railroads in America. And it's sad because I feel like I'm one of the few people that sees the benefit of having a truly wonderful American mass transit system. Like, we had a very cheap option to airlines back in the day, but the issue is it wasn't as fast as airlines, so nobody would take it. Nowadays, trains can go as fast, if not faster than airlines in some cases. So it really would be an advantageous fight. It would be something that, you know, could potentially be won. It's the issue of America does not have the infrastructure for those trains yet, and the amount of money that needs to be dedicated to doing such a thing in this day and age is a lot higher than the government can afford. Because we're busy trying to, you know, start wars and junk, because that's what the politicians, it's what keeps them in office, is, you know, start a war with random group X because of random thing C and... Just gonna get right in there. I'm one off. There we go. I keep falling off. It's kind of sad. Then again, just look at what a project is here in Satisfactory. You need tons of metal, you need tons of pre-built pieces, and that's just to build like platforms. That's not even taking into consideration building up of the trains, of building up everything. As soon as you look into the resources that are required to build up a simple railroad in this game, this is an extreme amount of resources going into what can sometimes be a very kind of lukewarm, non-profitable venture. You can't be always sure that this is going to work, and that's... it hurts to say, but it's very true. I'm already making another run back to the main base, so... it's going a mixed result. I will say, I can already see what it's going to become, and it's going to look amazing. I might actually do that off camera. I think I've been streaming for about... oh goodness, I don't have any times here. I don't know how long I've been streaming. Well, that's sad. It'd be very helpful if I knew that type of information, and I just totally fell on that. I did not notice. That's gonna be ridiculous. But, no, yeah, America is kind of in like a weird place right now. We have someone, a lot of people who don't really believe in our infrastructure, and it's kind of where we need to be putting our money. Is we need to be putting money back into our infrastructure. Roads, railways, and the future of those railways, like all of that immensely matters when it comes to what's next. Oh, I forgot to put that back. Oh well. So as I ride back here one last time, I am going to probably end the stream here for now. Maybe have another one later where much more has been done, but overall, I'm not sure what the channel is going to look like. My life has been so kind of all over the place that I really haven't kind of got a feel for what I want to do again. The last, I think, 6 or 7 reviews that I've tried to do just have not come out real well. A lot of them have been kind of jumbled messes and have kind of just been a headache. And the last few edited videos were all actually streams. Streams that I took like the mean bits and the kind of funny bits and cut together. So, not sure what I'm going to show y'all next, not sure what I'm going to do next, but if you're subscribed to this channel, please keep. I hope y'all enjoy the videos I put out. I hope I keep entertaining people. Even if it doesn't like help make money or anything, it's fun. I like doing this. I enjoy kind of like having an outlet to just kind of sit here, chat, and share some gameplay. Share my thoughts. Anyway, till next time, this is Wolf and Vic signing out.